Welcome everyone to Corporate Review. I'm your host, Ara Topouzian. I'm the Economic Development Director for the City of Novi, and today we're in a beautiful facility. We're actually at the campus of Providence Park Hospital. And I'm joined with Jean Meyer. Jean's president. Happy to be in this facility, certainly. I mean,
yes.
This has been a great project that us city folks have watched and
for a very long time.
For a very long time,
yes.
And dedicated a lot of time and energy to you folks, and very happy that this is all set.
Great.
Jean, talk a little bit about the history of Providence.
Well, thank you for coming here and visiting. Providence Hospital in Southfield has been around for a long time. They'll be having their 100-year anniversary in 2010.
Wow.
So Providence Park Hospital the plans for the hospital started almost 30 years ago. And I wasn't here. You probably know more than I, the history behind Providence Park.
I was in diapers.
You were in diapers.
Yeah, little boy.
Long time coming. And you know the community really wanted health care in this area.
Right.
And then in September of 2008, we opened up Providence Park Hospital.
And how big is this entire campus?
This campus is over 200 acres.
Okay.
The hospital itself now has 200 licensed beds, and we have shell capacity to open up an additional 68 beds on campus.
Now, part of this, the property was an old golf course.
I heard
actually
that,
you could
yes.
see remnants of that, which is certainly kind of interesting.
Yeah, they tried to maintain a lot of the natural woods and the ponds, and I think there's probably a few golf balls still in the pond over there from what I hear.
Yeah, I'm sure. Collector's items, of course.
I'm sure.
Well, in our short period today, we're going to take a walk around and look at the wonderful things that Providence has to offer. This building itself, I mean, how many beds in this?
We have 200 licensed beds in this building.
Okay. And I think people have always asked, did that take away from Southfield? Did that complement this hospital at all?
We did move some beds intentionally from Southfield, but Southfield has stayed so busy we've had to add beds from our St. John Health System to Southfield to accommodate those needs. So we really are growing in both places, which is great.
Okay, terrific. Let's walk around.
Sounds
we'll talk some more and find out more of Providence's rich history and what's expected in the future.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. So, Jean, we're on one of the floors here, and certainly we're doing a nice little tour of Providence, and here it looks like one of those things you see on Grey's Anatomy.
Right,
Thank God my name's not up on there. It means
no, we took all the names off.
Myself a
exactly.
certain day.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to walk through some of these rooms in a little bit and see sort of the nuances, but talk about really all the hospitals in the Detroit metro area seem to have upgraded or renovated themselves in these last couple of years. Why is that? And Providence certainly being one of those.
Sure. We are very lucky that Ascension Health, our parent organization, really invested over $200 million in Providence Park Hospital.
Okay.
And really, if you look at all the investment on the campus, it's almost $400 million with all of our buildings and everything. So a strong investment here in the Novi community, definitely. But we are very lucky. Not every hospital these days has the capital to do renovation, to build new facilities. I think we're the only, or the newest hospital in 20 years in Southeast Michigan. So we definitely kind of led the way with some of our renovation.
Especially in this economy. It's
exactly.
just not something
and we got in
so
right at a perfect time. Yeah. We really did. So we were very lucky.
Talk about the investment. You know, when you talk about really putting this facility together, the types of equipment that goes into play on something like this type of a hospital. Where do you get that kind of equipment? What are some of the nuances in the technology that Providence utilizes in today's medicine?
Well, I will tell you, about 5 years before the hospital opened, a lot of the founding fathers of Providence Park really toured the country to try and find what the best practices were and trying to figure out what's best practice not only now but 5-10 years from now, and looking at where healthcare was going. So we have a new facility, all private rooms, which is a huge, not only satisfaction feature, but also a safety feature. And the hospital is really built on patient safety and quality. That the number one priority is keeping our patients safe. You've heard about medical errors and people falling in the hospital and all this, and we really strive and put much technology in to prevent those errors and prevent mistakes and prevent safety issues. So all private rooms. We have what they call acuity adaptable rooms, which means all 200 beds could be ICU rooms. So as opposed to moving the patient from one room to the next as their care intensifies, we bring all the services to the patient. Every time a patient transfers to a room, the chance of miscommunication,
Sure.
handoffs, safety issues. So again, the focus has always been on patient safety.
And there's got to be a level of comfort too. I mean, the patient is comfortable in its own room,
Exactly.
and to be able to do everything there, and that's got to be one of the newer things that
Sure.
that probably all hospitals
Exactly.
are getting into.
Not even has luxury of having private rooms. I mean, we had that luxury, so we've been
Right.
very lucky. We have wireless communication devices,
Okay.
so that our nursing staff and clinical staff can be at the patient's bedside and not off hunting
Yeah.
and gathering for things. They
Right.
say that almost 40% of a nurse's time is spent hunting and gathering for stuff. So the more we
Wow.
can put things close to the patient and the staff, the more time we can spend with our patients.
And it's fairly quiet. I know that we're on a floor that's not too
It is
busy,
quiet.
but that's one of the nuances too. I mean,
Yep, it is.
you don't hear over the
No,
loudspeakers.
we have
and-
no loudspeaker. We also built the hospital with double hallways. We have an
Okay.
onstage hallway and an offstage hallway.
Okay.
So our visitors see our onstage hallways. A lot of work gets done behind the scenes where we have carts and patients being transported. So that's all offstage.
Right.
So it appears very quiet and very calm.
Right.
Some patients say, well, am I the only one here in the hospital? No,
Right.
no, it's very busy, but you just can't tell.
Oh, that's good. As
Yeah.
we're walking around here too, you know, what's interesting is there seems to be a nurse's station. You know, I think the old model used to be there was one station on the floor,
Exactly.
and they would service so many. But these rooms all have sort of
do.
individual care.
Yep, we have one station where it gets a little loud, a little
Yep.
crowded sometimes, so we have stations throughout the hallway. Again, so
Okay.
that nurse can be here and can
Right.
see patients on both sides. So again, getting the caregivers out to the patients, so that makes it easier. We also have computers available all over, as well as some on wheels, so no one's they're not always gathered in one nursing station
Yeah.
together.
Okay. And you sit on the Oakland County's Main Street, Medical Main Street, which is a new emerging sector, and certainly one that we've been involved with too. Certainly with the life sciences, and you know, from my vantage point, all of the new types of equipments and whatnot. You know, we're trying to focus on companies that have that. What kind
And there's
of
so much. There's
experiences-
so much that goes on between technology and also IT. And there's so much that healthcare can move forward in by connecting the technology and the IT. For instance, you know, having technology provide a patient vital signs, have the
Yeah.
information automatic go in the electronic medical record. Again,
Right.
it eliminates mistakes, manual writing, duplication. So it's really brings a host of opportunities for healthcare.
And everything is going digital, so
It is,
your
it is.
medical records all have to be digitized.
Exactly.
and-
Yeah. The government's going to mandate everyone be electronic, which is a great thing. It really
Right.
is. It really helps communication. You know, our goal is really to provide coordinated care, so that that patient, their hospital stay is just one piece of their care. A lot happens before they come in
Right.
and after they leave, and so much of our health system is fragmented. And how to make
Right.
sure that everyone is connected. They
Right.
leave here, they know where they have to go, what they have to do, when they have to come back, and that's a big gap in our system that we're trying to really improve on.
How does Providence help with preventative care? You just sort of touched on that, but notice that the trend in hospitals these days are, you know, they want to see you before you get sick, and
Exactly.
obviously when they do, but then afterward as well. How does Providence
We
become
try and
involved
promote
in
our
that?
screenings that we have.
Yeah.
We try and work very close with our primary care physicians to make sure patients stay healthy, especially in difficult economic times. Many people want to put off their screenings and put off their checkups,
Yeah.
and that's the worst thing they could possibly do. It really is the most important time for them to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Here at Providence Park, we have a lot of our walking trails. We have a heart-healthy cafeteria. We have no fryers in the cafeteria, no French fries. It's all heart-healthy.
Yeah.
And people are learning that you can have heart-healthy meals that actually taste very good. So again, trying to
Really?
make sure, really, you got to try it. You got to try it.
One
So
day.
again, trying to promote wellness, trying to promote
Right.
health is the best way.
Okay, let's walk into one
Okay.
of these rooms, and
Sounds
you can
good.
show me a little bit more.
All righty.